Hello and welcome to the latest episode of the FPL Affairs podcast, a podcast that strips back and lays bare our season-long love affair with FPL. A different lineup for our Game Week 10 transfers and predictions video. This week I'm joined by Dove and Lion to run through the Game Week's fixtures before revealing Hippo's crystal balls to share who he believes will well and truly score this weekend. We finished by discussing players we feel are worth selling and which are worth investing in. Before we get started, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel for all of our content, and ring that bell to be notified each time we release something new. Anyway, enough of my small talk. Let's get cracking.
And there's Mo Salah. There goes Haaland. He's on his way again. He's hungry. He scored. Ice cold precision from Palmer. Oh, Saka! That is a diamond of a goal.
Greetings everybody to our Game Week 10. I almost said unwrapped then, but it's not. It's because of change of people. Different people swap round. Anyway, I'm waffling already. It's too early. Game Week 10 transfers and predictions video with me, Matt, aka the FPL Affairs Magpie, and joining me this week are the boss man, the FPL Affairs Lion Lewis, and our league leader, the FPL Affairs Dove Mohammed. How are you, gentlemen?
All good.
All good, Alhamdulillah.
You tired, Lou?
I'm all right. It's just
It's
obviously, this is weird to be here on a Thursday. So, just trying to fill Paul's boots as well as I possibly can.
Oh, well, he did send a message from because he's on holiday. He sent a message saying that he was gutted to be missing this one. So,
Yeah.
um, if we have time at the end, we'll look at his team if
Okay.
we have time. But bear in mind, we do talk quite a lot. So
Okay.
yeah,
Paul
we
will
do.
try, but don't hold it against us. Right. Anyway, let's get started by looking at the Game Week 10 fixtures.
Yeah. To a Saturday deadline, isn't it? I think this week.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
quite late actually.
What time is the deadline for you, Mohammed?
It's 9:30 p.m.
Oh, so it's the night time for
Yes.
you.
Usually
Okay, yeah.
around 7 like that, but this Saturday will
That's
be a little bit late.
so will you then stay up and watch the games like the
Oh
first?
yeah, so the game will be on 11 p.m. Definitely I
Yeah,
will be watching it.
the first one, yeah.
Yeah, the first one.
Mhm.
But it's 5 game at the same time, right?
Yeah. So you watch them as well? You stay up for them or?
Well, I mean in Malaysia,
Mhm.
we can record two
Okay.
match in a time. So basically, I will
Okay.
watch two match.
Okay, and then so you can
Uh,
just watch. You can watch the next day, basically. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Right. Thankfully, and I have no idea why, but on this computer, we didn't get an extra floating head of me in the bottom corner,
What a
where
shame.
I would have been plastered over Declan Rice's chest. But I'm not, thankfully. So I decided to go with certainly man of the moment from Anfield last night, Ismail Assar on the thumbnail,
Hmm.
and a sort of similar matching salute from Declan Rice as well, because I believe both of you have him, don't you?
Christ, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought. And he is a popular transfer in this week, but we shall move
Okay.
on to that in a little while. So, starting with the fixtures, and crazy, there's actually five Saturday 3 p.m. UK time kickoffs. Um,
Yeah.
we'll
I just
whiz.
realised there's. Sorry, I thought there was an early kickoff. There obviously isn't, so that's why. Yeah, like Mohammed said, all of them 5 games will be at 3 o'clock, and so the deadline is
But
what is
then
that
there's an eight.
1:30 for us?
Yeah, but then there's an eight p.m. Saturday fixture.
Yeah, so they've effectively just moved the early one to an extra late one,
Yeah.
basically.
So we've
Okay.
got on Saturday, seven fixtures, three on Sunday. First one up, Brighton against Leeds. Brighton
Leaves.
against Leeds. Any significant FPL interest in that for you that you're actually playing,
I might be starting Rodon again. Yeah.
Mohammed?
Well, I didn't have any of their players.
Okay. I'm not convinced that Leeds will keep a clean sheet, but I think they've got an outside chance, and I don't mind playing Rodon because I think he will get probably defcons in this fixture. Um, on the counter, I think Welbeck. I think Kieran's already banging on about Welbeck, isn't he? So I wouldn't be surprised to see quite a few Welbeck and Minter transfers in. So yeah, it'll be interesting. I mean, I obviously hope that Leeds keep a clean sheet, but you'd probably expect Brighton to score one or two there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I expect them to score too.
Yeah.
yeah.
Have you got any of them players, Matt?
Uh, I've got, well, Goodmanson from Leeds is third on my
Is he out?
bench. Um,
Goodness.
Semi-spoiler that Lou, you probably don't know this as you're not participating in the admins collaborative team this season, but we're wildcarding this week, which we
Right.
agreed today. Spent like all day messaging and
Right.
sorting it out. And
Okay.
one of my two picks that we got through was Danny Welbeck.
Oh, nice. Okay. So yeah, I mean,
So
I think he would. Him and Minter will be definitely the two to go for from Brighton. But yeah, I mean, Leeds, they've not looked bad, have they? I wouldn't be shocked if they went there and got a result. So yeah, so that's a tricky one.
I mean,
moving
we
on.
actually have the second lowest expected goal concede from if you look at the first few game week, but they just doesn't back it up on the real field.
Yeah.
The data for Leeds, third lowest expected goals conceded. Is that what you said?
Yes,
Yeah. Yeah, it
Yeah, that's
surprised
good.
me when
Good
I heard that
stats.
second
earlier, to be honest.
second behind Arsenal.
Mm,
Yeah, I noticed in the game against West Ham, so they've started to play Bijol or Bijol, is it? He
Yes,
played,
Bill.
yeah, he played with Rodon for the first time, and they actually looked very solid. They're both strong, both good in the air, both quite quick. And the keeper came back in, Lucas Perry. Um, so yeah, they look at obviously Longstaff's having a good season, isn't he? He's a good experienced player, as Matt will know. Longstaff is a great Newcastle legend. So yeah, I don't hate Leeds picks at all. And I've got no real concerns with playing Rodon. So
Burnley, Arsenal.
yeah, I
You
think
goes
everyone's tripled up.
first.
Everyone's tripled
Yeah.
up on Arsenal. It just depends which three you have. I have Rice, Gyökeres, and Raya. Most people will have Saka and Gabriel, and then a couple of Timbers, Calafiores, that kind of thing. So yeah, I take it you're both tripled up.
Yeah.
Well, I only have two Arsenal player right now,
Okay.
and two and two of them you could say differential, which is Eze and Gyökeres. No Arsenal defense. I've been trying to find a way to get
Mm.
in Arsenal defense, but you're gonna take a hit or so on, and I don't want to take a hit. But we shall see. Still
Okay.
a
So
day for the
you'll be
deadline.
cheering on a Burnley goal then this week. Yes.
Inshallah, hopefully.
Yes.
If Burnley score, then hooray for me.
Yeah, definitely. Matt,
Timber, Gabriel, and Saka for me.
double up on defence. Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you won't have any concerns with minutes there either. I think they'll all start. So yeah.
Mm. Arsenal
This
winning
next
clean
one,
sheet then.
yeah, I think on my prediction, I think I did 3-0 Arsenal. I think they might put a few away past Burnley, but yeah, clean sheet would be good.
Yeah. I'm hoping Saka will actually score in the league rather than just the cup competitions.
Yeah, for a change. Yeah,
Champions League goal, Carabao
yeah,
Cup goal, league. No, thank you. Do the
subbed off for
opposite.
58.
Do the opposite. Palace, Brentford.
Yeah, massive game FPL wise
Yeah,
because
definitely.
everyone's on the Palace hype. Um, I don't know that they keep a clean sheet here. I think Brentford just looks so dangerous from them throw-ins. Thiago looks sharp. I mean, they hammered West Ham. I don't know how they only scored, was it 2 or 3 in the end, but they look good going forward. So um, you'd expect there to be goals. I don't know. What do you guys think?
I think Palace defense look organized. They play well in the midweek against Liverpool. They
Yeah.
could get the clean sheet, but as you say, Brentford are dangerous with the throw in and so on. But I
Hmm.
believe they will keep the clean sheet.
Okay. So you're
And
thinking
I
like a
think for
1-0,
this,
1-0, 2-0 kind of game?
yes, I guess 2-0 for my prediction, and definitely the most famous one will be Mateta.
Mm.
I mean, his underlying stat is just unbelievable. If you look, expected goal for the last three games,
Mm.
second place is Thiago at 2.51. Matita
Yeah.
is first at 4.22. Absolutely insane stats.
I'm wondering if it would be 3-1
Yes.
Palace or 2-1 Palace.
Yeah, I'm thinking like 2-1. I wouldn't even be shocked if it was like 2-2. Who did they drew at home? Someone recently, didn't they? Like 3-3. Was that Bournemouth they
Fourth,
drew?
yeah,
Bournemouth
3-3 with Bournemouth.
Yeah, and it could have been 4-3 at the end. Yeah.
Yeah, when
Yeah,
Mateta got a hat trick and he missed the
and then
easiest
missed
of
one
the
for
lot
four. Yeah.
afterwards.
The City at the last minute.
Fulham Wolves home win.
Um, yeah, boring
Yeah,
game, shit
a
game.
home win.
I brought in Anderson on wild card for this fixture, and it looks like he's going to be injured. So sour grapes from me. Move on.
Yeah, I have
Hey,
Anderson too. He is in my starting lineup, but I don't think he
Yeah,
will be fit.
what?
no,
Anderson.
yeah.
Yes, Anderson.
Hmm. Briefly going back to Crystal Palace though, what's the current situation that you're aware of with Chris Richards?
He's fit to play, I think. So is that what you think?
Um, what it's sort of he's yellow flagged. He wasn't in the
Yeah,
squad at all, but then
yeah,
generally this season the midweek games he hasn't played. He's only played at the weekend. And
yeah,
I think Glasner said that he wouldn't make the cup squad, but he should be okay for Brentford. So that will just be, I think, a double check to see what is said. Um,
yeah. I mean, the thing is, for them, the guy that came in and played that role obviously did a good job the other night. So if there is any risk of him, then they won't necessarily need to risk him. But I'd expect him to play. Yeah,
mm. Forest and Manchester United. Is this all about and Bumo?
it's looking that way. Although there's still a lot of Bruno owners out there.
Yes, including me. I
Yeah,
am a proud Bruno owners.
yes. Are you hoping? Are you hopeful of something in this game or not?
Yeah, definitely. I will be hoping for Bruno return. He's been very involved in attacking.
Mm.
Hoping for at least a goal in this game, which he is capable of.
You think Man United will win?
Yeah, I think Man United will win.
Yeah,
Probably, but yeah, probably 2-1 or 3-1.
I can see either a draw or United to win 2-1. Yeah,
Mm, yeah,
yeah.
narrow one. Spurs Chelsea, the 5:30 kickoff on Saturday.
Another
That will be
tough.
interesting.
Hard to
Yeah,
call
I
that.
think everyone's selling João Pedro this week, aren't they? Which you
Yes.
know what that mean. You know what that means.
Mm,
He's gonna score probably.
maybe I will keep him. I
So
don't know.
him
That's
too.
that's covered in the next video.
Yeah, so he's due to drop in price again tonight, um, which means I might move after this. After this podcast, I might actually do the move tonight to get
Mm.
Sa, Mateta,
Save
and
it for later.
okay,
Spoiler. Um, right. So
Liverpool.
just thinking about Liverpool Villa.
Wait, wait.
Massive game for Liverpool. They have to win. They're under a lot of pressure.
Heading back to the Chelsea game, I mean,
Yeah,
if you look at the start, the highest expected goal concede from set piece is surprisingly Chelsea. They
is
are
it
higher
okay?
compared to West
So
Ham. So
you thinking Van der Ven again?
as Van de Ven header again.
Are you gonna start him in your team this week? Yeah.
I mean, I think since Edison will be out, I think I will start Van de Ven.
Okay. Yeah. Same.
So you thinking score draw, Tottenham win, Chelsea win?
I mean, historically, if you look at the past few games, Chelsea has been better.
Mm.
But I
Mm,
guess a draw, I think it will be a draw.
yeah. I think
Probably 1-1 or 2-2.
I'm gonna say draw or home win. I think having the home crowd might just spurs on, but we'll see.
Yeah, we shall see. I'm along that lines as well. I think draw more than likely.
Yeah,
Liverpool Villa, I'd probably.
big game for Liverpool, very big game.
Huge game for Arne Slot actually.
Yeah, exactly.
I tell you what, I'm losing respect for him this season.
What,
I
after
mean,
last night?
Um, well, really admirable, decent bloke in all the interviews last season, but then just recently he seems to be as if he's moaning or coming out making excuses that other managers just that are in the same
Yeah,
position aren't,
he's quite salty, isn't
yeah,
he? It seems that.
and
I
about
mean,
sort of feeling as if he's forced to play the nursery kids last
I mean, he
night.
has his own choice. I
Yeah,
mean,
he has his
I mean,
he has his choice, and they let Liverpool
I
do
mean, if you look
traditionally play.
our, if we look at our first team, we are playing well. So what we do, we reward them with a rest. He can't do that. They need to came out and show that they want to turn it around. And what happened, that game against Crystal Palace, absolute shambles.
And I think it's fully last night was fully as soon as I saw the lineup, I was like, right, Palace have won that. No problems.
Yeah,
Because Palace basically all the midweek games, the European games, they're
yeah,
they're playing pretty much bar two or three players. They're playing pretty
yeah,
much the same side every single game, which
yeah,
therefore Slot surely knew what to expect from the Palace lineup.
yeah.
You probably have Nketiah starting instead of Mateta, but Mateta would come on. You know, um, the bulk of the defense would be the same. So, got what you just
I
said.
understand. I understand that the League Cup is not a priority, but if you're a club as big as Liverpool and you spent the
Yes, I
money
mean,
you
we
should
are
have a
playing at
squad that
Anfield.
could. Yeah, like you should be trying to win every competition. And as far as I'm concerned, he just threw the towel in last night. They were never going to
Yeah,
win that game.
yeah. I think
Yeah, it's
a
like
club the size of
he know he
Liverpool,
gonna lose.
a club the
Yeah,
size of Liverpool, they should be targeting winning the quadruple, look like they were so
absolutely.
close
Yeah,
to the other year.
yeah. And if it
Um,
doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. But at least you've tried and you've you know, done everything, especially as defending champions. Like, I'm not just trying to brag about Arsenal now, but if you look at Arsenal, they have got two players for every position. And if you bring out a Zubamendi, you bring in a Norgard, or if you bring out a Saka, that's going to be Madueke. Do you see what I'm saying? Like they have the
yeah,
drop off
with
to
with
that next position isn't.
we've we're pretty much at that point as well. Maybe not,
Yeah,
with
yeah. Eddie Howe knows what he's doing. He's brilliant in cup competitions, man. Like you know,
we were 2-0 up. We were 2-0 up and substitutions he brings on the first choice. So we actually finished with our strongest midfield
yeah,
and
yeah.
um strongest winger up as
Also, the team
well.
you started didn't
And
look weak, did it? Your starting
no,
11
it
still
didn't.
looked strong. Yeah.
It didn't. But anyway, we're getting off the point. That does sort of follow on nicely to West Ham Newcastle. I'm going to be biased and say away win, clean sheet.
I mean, it's not
Away
biased. I think Newcastle will win.
away win. Hopefully West Ham score one goal.
I
And I've
mean, I
still got
didn't see anything that would want me to say that West Ham will win this game. Yeah, I think I am with Matt. Newcastle could get a clean sheet this game.
West Ham on
okay.
scoring modes, and we're defending really well.
Yes.
So
Yeah, I'm holding Paqueta for one more game, so fingers crossed he can get a assist or a penalty or something.
City
Man,
versus
yeah.
Bournemouth, both teams
I
scored, I say.
I read a little while ago that Haaland is apparently injured, and I was like, what? I didn't know that, but um,
That's true.
yeah. So basically, when he slid into the post last week, um,
Ah,
against Aston
yes.
Villa. Yeah. So then Pep, they said to Pep like last night, where's Haaland? And they said, like he hurt himself in that moment. He's going to be left out of the squad tonight. And he basically said, I hope he can be back for Saturday. So, obviously, or Sunday even. Yeah, I'd be surprised if he doesn't play. But at the moment, Pep said he doesn't know. But that's just Pep, isn't it?
He'll play. He'll play.
Yeah.
I think he will be all right.
The only slightly worrying thing is now that Marmoush is back and he played up front and scored the other night, they do actually have a different option as a number nine. But yeah, Haaland's going to play, I'm sure.
What do you think outcome of the game then?
I'm going to say 2-1 Man City.
Mohammed?
I think I think Man City will definitely destroy Bournemouth. I'll go 4-1. I mean, if you look at the past few games, Man City does score a lot against Bournemouth, but the
Yeah,
problem is, Haaland tend to actually had a small returns against them. But
yeah.
I'll be hoping he score maybe 2 goals, as he will be my captain.
Okay. What do you
And
think, Matt?
finally Sunderland Everton.
What's your prediction for Man City?
Or mine for Man City.
Yeah.
Um, City, both teams score, narrow win to
Yeah.
City, I think.
Okay.
That might be like a 3-2 possibly.
Okay.
And then
Sunderland, Everton. Yeah. Um, Tough one to read, isn't it, really?
Sunderland are strong at home.
Yeah.
Everton are struggling to score, so it wouldn't surprise me if Sunderland kept a clean sheet. So I wouldn't be surprised if it was perhaps 0-0, 1-0 Sunderland, or 1-1.
Yeah, I'd go with that. 0-0 or 1-0 either way. Um, I'm going to have Mukiele playing for me. I guess you guys have got some Everton players, have you?
I've got NDI,
Uh,
and I'm not sure about Tarkowski.
Okay.
If
I
I've
got
got him, he'll
none.
be playing. If I keep him, he'll be playing. If I sell him, he won't.
Okay. Who have you got,
Roger.
Mohammed?
I got none.
You got none.
None. Okay.
Right. Best get moving. Right. Moving on. Can you beat Hippo's crystal balls? The is 5 stars to 5 players that he believes
Crystal
are going to well
Palace.
and truly score this weekend. So, and bearing in mind, apologies for the language. I am literally just typing up what Kieran has said. So
Okay.
he believes the game week's best overall player is going to be Brian Mbermo because he's in form and against Forest. Not much more I need to say. For his
I mean,
under
it's quite right, isn't it?
under 5% own differential top performer, he's gone for Newcastle captain Marvel Bruno Guimaraes. He's been getting some good points lately and playing a leaky West Ham.
Fair
I
enough.
swear that's Kieran's favourite word for describing bad defences, leaky.
Yeah, it's
Leaky.
accurate.
Like he was
That's a
talking
good.
about leaky wolves the other week, and I just kept leaky wolves and forest. I just kept thinking about like wolves going through the forest, going to the toilet all the time. But anyway, that was then. This is now. Um, Most saves he believes is going to be Matt Sells because he thinks Manchester United will have quite a few shots. Game
Yeah.
week's highest scoring defender, Gabriel, as he's probably the most informed defender at the Mo. And finally, double-digit midfielder forward Bruno Fernandes. He's got good XG and only a matter of time before he scores. Always good for DEFCONs. Thoughts
Okay.
on Kieran's predictions for you guys? Mohamed?
Mm, I think I can agree with almost all of them, except for double-digit midfielder. I don't think Bruno Guimaraes will get double-digit. Instead, I will pick a Manchester United asset, probably Bruno or Bomo. They could get a couple of returns against leaky Forest.
Yeah, I think I'm not sure about Sells as the most saves because I don't know. I think under Dyche now he might well park the bus and limit. If it was at Old Trafford, I think United would have a lot of shots. I think being at the Forest ground, I think that'll be a little bit tighter. So
For
maybe
me,
like Dubravka.
for
Huh?
me, I suspect for saves
Yeah,
because they're pretty decent at creating chances at the moment. Um, I think the Brentford goalkeeper, Kelleher.
Kelleher.
what do you think Palace are going to be
Yeah,
peppering Brentford's goal?
yeah,
Okay,
that would
yeah,
be
that's a
my
good shout.
prediction. But that's Kieran's 5-star players. If you want to get involved and have a go, then comment in this video or send us your suggestions and any of the
Yeah.
contact details from the contact slide. Now, the question is, who is he challenging this week from the admins at the moment? I pulled one
Oh,
back for the admin team last week as I was facing him. Kieran currently leads 5 wins to 4, and this week
we need to come back.
he's challenging the differential king.
The difference.
Yeah, Baz, it's up to you. Over to you to pull it back to 5 apiece.
So will he just message you his picks then?
Yeah, hopefully.
Okay.
Hey, why
Then
he
you,
hasn't picked me yet?
Pardon?
yeah, why hasn't he picked Mohammed?
Yeah, hasn't he?
He picked me?
I'll check that through the records, but he should have done. He should have done because I think it's being done through user ID number order.
Maybe next week.
Yeah,
Maybe that's it, yeah.
right. Um, Potential transfers out.
So this is for us, yeah.
Um, this is generally
Oh, okay.
for all players rather than us specifically.
Oh, okay.
Um, just looking at the time, see if we can whiz through these ones before the beep. Okay, goalkeepers. Any goalkeepers you'd be looking to get rid of in particular, or none
I think
standing out?
I think sells if you still have him. He's not done well at all.
Any for you, Mohammed?
I think Vicario, if there are people who own him. I
Yeah.
suppose
I
fixture
just
has gonna be hard after this. So I guess
yeah.
for 5 million, there is still other keeper that you can buy from.
Yeah.
Mm.
Agree.
Defenders. I'm wondering if we try and do this instead of see if you think right. If we pick a defender each, we think people should get rid of. Lewis, do you want to start?
I think Tarkovsky is one that people are selling because they're fed up. But I think this isn't going to be an answer. But see, I think I'd probably hold Tarkovsky, but I know he's being sold. Defenders that you need to sell, probably Chelsea, like maybe like a Chalobah, or if you own. The annoying thing is if you own Tosin or Chalobah or Pong or
Gamble.
any of yeah, like there's just no guarantee any of them are going to play, and even if they do, Chelsea defense is wank. So
I
yeah,
mean,
for me,
if I
sell.
own Tarkovsky, I will keep it because I mean they face Sunderland and Fulham after this. They have good
Yeah,
fixture for the next two
yeah,
games.
yeah, yeah. I think
And we know
Tarkovsky's a hold.
Tarkovsky can get AFCON.
Yeah, Tarkovsky's a hold. Chelsea defenders are a sell for me.
Yeah, I think as a Tarkovsky owner, I'm happy with him. I'm not unhappy with him. I think the tricky bit is his price point is he's possibly a
Quite
bit
Yes.
high.
steep at 5.5 because you can
Yeah,
get some decent DEFCON defenders for sub 5 million. So
exactly.
I think a lot of it really, people that are selling Tarkovsky are not necessarily it's not necessarily because he's not been getting not been returning or playing rubbish or because he is
Just the
generally
price. Yeah,
getting DEFCONs pretty much every single week. It's largely he's not really getting anything else on top of that.
yeah,
Um,
and
and
he's expensive.
you're getting some other players that are perhaps getting more clean sheets than Everton and are at a cheaper price and perhaps have better
Yeah,
fixtures. Although Everton's fixtures aren't they're not bad
mm,
by any means. So I think that's largely why Tarkovsky's been sold. And that's why I'm considering him solely as a source of funds to use elsewhere. Um, Other than that, I think really Anderson of Fulham is keep an eye
Yes.
on what Marco Silva says in a conferences tomorrow.
yeah, yeah,
Um, because the first impression was it could be 1 or 2 weeks, um, but it may be longer. That's so he's one that I think
Yeah,
people
probably.
need to not necessarily get rid of, but be mindful
yeah.
um, of any other standout defenders to get rid of.
No, I mean Van Dijk. hasn't been. He's another one like
Yeah,
Tarkowski that hasn't delivered for his price point, but then
Mm,
they now have some better fit. Oh, they've got Man City away, haven't they? Yeah.
mm,
I've they'll probably concede in the next couple of. So yeah, to be honest with you, he's another one you could sell to free some money up. I think.
mm. I know Pedro Porro has been sold by quite a few
Yeah.
because of the same reason as Mohammed
yeah,
mentioned. Vicario Spurs' fixtures are getting a bit
Yeah.
trickier, and even despite his 23 pointer last week,
Yeah.
um, Van de Ven's
still in my team,
questionable.
Van de
But
Ven.
I think people are selling other Spurs defenders over him. Um, Moving on, midfielders.
So
Reinders.
yeah, so any Man City midfielder that you own at the moment probably has to go because all of the ones that were injured, Cherky, Marmoush, even though he's forward, but plays midfield. Kovacic is back, Rodri's back. They have 10 players that can play four position or 11 players that can play five positions. So
And
I've
they're
got
entering
Doku.
a
Yeah,
tricky run of fixtures as well.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
not so much this week. Like I'm even slightly tempted to hold Doku for this week because I do think they'll score two or three at home to Bournemouth. But again, if your guy isn't in the starting 11, he's going to come on and get you 1 point. And I know they're cheap. Doku's cheap. Reinders is cheap. Foden isn't cheap, but it's just not worth the headache when you can go and get a Sar or an Ndai or someone that's going to start and going to play 90 minutes. So
I mean you could even try to go for Aaronson from Leeds,
I
the
like
same
Aaronson,
price.
yeah,
Yeah,
as an outsider, he's very cheap. I think he's a good player as well. Whenever I watch him, he looks tricky, he looks skillful, he looks like he will get a good amount of chances. But I just don't know whether his minutes will be great. But yeah,
Are you all on the Reinders out
yeah.
train?
I have
yeah, I
Reinders, but I will be definitely looking to sell him.
this week or
Uh,
not.
I already done my transfer, so
Okay,
I
tell us
think
later.
no.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay,
Yeah, that'll be later. Uh,
okay.
we got less than a minute, so we'll do
Swap.
next episode, finish this slide, do the incomings, and then we'll stop that one, and we should be able to start the third one um for just our teams. So we'll see. Oh, lost Mohammed and Lewis there, unfortunately. I'll apologies about that. I'll round off this slide and hopefully they can get back in, and I'll muster through the transfer ins that we spoke about already. I think transfers out, to be honest, forwards wise, is João Pedro if you've got the funds, and really there's a lot more attacking players worthwhile getting in, which we'll cover shortly. So João Pedro's a move out. Gyökeres not worth 9 million for me, even though Arsenal have got Burnley. Personally, I sold him last week. If you can make the other moves you want to make for free without selling him, then by all means, it's team dependent. If you've got faith in him for one more week or two more weeks, that's entirely up to you. It's all team specific. Personally, I moved him out a few weeks ago and haven't regretted it. And I'm starting to ramble, which goes why I'm more comfortable when there's other people next to me. Shall we move on to players we should perhaps consider bringing in? Right, potential transfers in goalkeepers. I'll keep this short and sweet because it's largely the same each week. Ideally, save the goalkeeper transfers for wildcards. If you are desperate, whether that be to raise funds or just you're fed up with whichever goalkeeper you selected, the way Arsenal are keeping clean sheets with what, 6 fixtures in all competitions in October, and they kept clean sheets in all of them, which is the first time that's happened in history for an English top tier side, I think I read today. Raya is, though, limited, and you need to question, is he worth 5.7 and at least 500,000 more than the next highest goalkeeper to be considered, really? because Arsenal's defense is so ridiculously good. He's not going to get many save points because they don't allow teams to get very many shots. So Raya's either a 2 points if Arsenal concede or 6 points if he keeps a clean sheet. That's largely the threshold of the ceiling. Other goalkeepers such as Nick Pope, who I have, and is I think at 5.2 now, so 500,000 cheaper than Raya, but is going to make saves. And as he makes more saves, when they do keep a clean sheet and keeping saves, he's got a chance for getting bonus points as well. So he could get a 7, 8, 9 points. When we played Arsenal recently, up until the dying moments, he was on for double figures until Arsenal scored, which was a kick in the teeth. But anyway, certainly worth considering. Sanchez is back into the equation with Chelsea's fixtures, and Bournemouth after this week, Petrovic is worth an eye out on because they've got an eye out on to keep your eye out for. Defenders really is everyone's talking about Crystal Palace. That could be any of your Crystal Palace defenders. Munoz in the last, I think, year, he's got the most goal involvements out of all defenders. So if you can stretch to 5.7 million for him, and he is chipping in with more defensive contributions, should I say. If you can't, then Lacroix is okay, but possibly Gahey, although I don't expect his assists and goal involvements to continue for a prolonged period of time. Munoz would arguably be more reliable for that. Or budget-wise, Chris Richards at 4.5 million. Good for DEFCON, although he is flagged at the moment. Earlier reports suggested by Glasner when he was spoken to before the Carabao Cup match against Liverpool, he said Richards wouldn't make the squad for that fixture, but he should be okay for Brentford. But keep an eye out on his press conference tomorrow, aka Friday, which by the time you'll be watching this will be Friday. So keep an eye out for that. Other than Palace defenders, Burn at Newcastle, Hall is possibly back this weekend, but he'll be eased in, not ready to start. So Burn's the most nailed, I would say, at left back, and then possibly in at centre back. Botman was benched due to his head injury. Was benched in the Carabao Cup match due to his head injury last weekend. Against Fulham, he may come back into the team, but after Cher's performance, goal, and the way Malik Chow is playing, he may find it tricky to get back in. So we're inundated with centre halves on form at the moment, which makes a very good change for us. So, but I think if you are wanting a Newcastle defensive involvement, Pope would be my suggestion. After that, Burn. But I'm still concerned minutes risks, to be honest. So I would prefer Pope over the others. That's the way I have gone. But it also depends on what your budget and defensive slots are. Other than those, Anderson, Fulham, keep an eye out for press conference on his, because he's arguably for DEFCON and with Fulham's fixture started this weekend, the best 4.5 mil defender about. Senesi is in a lot of Bournemouth is in a lot of squads, but will be useful for benching this week. And finally, really, I think defenders are, if you're not already tripled up on Arsenal, then get a second defender. I think it's getting to the point where having one Arsenal defensive representation isn't enough. It's two, and some people are even talking about three. Differential, that's makes some sense because they're more reliable than of repeated returns than the attack are, because the attack at the moment Arsenal aren't necessarily scoring a huge amount, but what they are scoring is being spread around rather than it being the same one or two players, although Saka is looking very much like he wants a haul. Um, Midfielders, really at the moment, it's Sarr of Palace is the most likely. At the moment, if you can't afford him, budget ends, you're looking at Xhaka of Sunderland. If you're getting rid of Reinders, depending which way you're going to go for Reinders, there are better options or uh, cheaper, more reliable for his position. Um, Depending on your budget, you've got the likes of Ndiaye at Everton, who's got a good collective, who I've got, who's got a good collective source of points, whether that assists, goals, DEFCON, and sort of a cheaper version of Bruno Fernandes in a way. But sticking with Manchester United, I think, well, really on current form, Brian Mbeumo's the one you've got to go for, and he's 0.7 mil cheaper than Bruno Fernandes. Although Mbeumo may not have penalties and not as keen for DEFCON, but significantly higher goal threat and form over Bruno at the moment. All right, and finally moving on to the forwards. Haaland, everyone should already have, so I'm not going to mention him, although be wary that he is rumoured to have an injury. Do not hold that thought because he wasn't in the squad in the Carabao Cup. He may be available at the weekend. We'll have to wait and see and keep an eye on Pep Guardiola's press conference on Friday to see what we hear with, because they've got Marmoush back and Marmoush can always make a stand in. So Haaland may be on the bench, may start. We'll have to keep a close ear and eye out for the press conference. Other than him, the main ones to bring in, Jean-Philippe Mateta is the most popular. Alternative to him, Voltemada at Newcastle. Good chance this week of an away returns, visiting West Ham. Other than those two, Danny Welbeck home to Leeds. Welbeck is on good form for Brighton. 4 goals in his last 5 games, or is it 5 goals in his last 4? Mine's gone blank. Also Brentford, Thiago. If you're looking a bit more budget end, Brentford have got some okay fixtures, not quite as nice as Brighton's over the next few weeks, but as with Welbeck, both Thiago and Welbeck are nailed for penalties and would enable you to reallocate funds to perhaps upgrade Reinders to Sarr, for example, or Reinders to Enzo. With Chelsea's positive fixtures, especially if you're getting rid of a Chelsea attacker, bringing in an alternative in Enzo or even DEFCON with Caicedo, but that's going back to midfield. The final option, short-term punt, really is Krupi Jr. Evan Nilsson on the way back. So although Krupi may play this week, he is away to Manchester City, and the date or dates expected for Evan Nilsson's return may well be included in the press conferences. And you've probably got bored and fed up with the number of times I've said, look out for the manager's preference. I'm getting muddled with my words. I'm mumbling, not mumbling, tongue twisting, tongue tied. Press conferences with the managers on Friday. Keep an eye out for news, injury news, particularly from a forward perspective, on when Evan Nilsson's back, to see how that affects Cooper Jr. and also if Haaland is going to be available or not. That's, I think, enough of potential transfers in and ramblings. Main ones really, which I think is relative common sense, is focus on Arsenal assets if you haven't got Arsenal assets fully in. Crystal Palace, Brighton, if you're looking a little bit differential, they've got some nice fixtures. Newcastle as well, but I think Crystal Palace are the primary team to focus on with transfers in this week. Excuse that. Where you can find us, how you can get in touch, Gmail, lowercase fplaffairs@gmail.com. On X, our handle is in capitals FPL, then space, then capital A Affairs. Facebook, just search for our group FPL Affairs, or easier option, go to the channel description of our YouTube channel and there should be the link to the Facebook group in there. And if you have found this video via clicking on links from somewhere, our YouTube handle of our channel is youtube.com/@FPL Affairs. And then there's Spotify link video below. So thank you for watching. Apologies for my solo rambling at the end. And I will sort out the technical situation. And the FPL Affairs Dove and Lion will be with me for the follow-on episode where we look at our team selections for game week 10. So all that's left to say is don't forget to like and subscribe and join us again very soon, shortly, for our team selection video. Bye bye.